Hello and welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Williams, and in this particular video I'm very excited to bring to you guys an update with one of my applications that I'm writing, known as, which I'm calling for now, the Telegram Bot Manager. So how does this app work and what is it exactly? So the Telegram Bot Manager is a simple UI that allows users who may not be very program savvy to be able to program via a node-based UI system bots for Telegram. Now, bots are not inherently created via this app, which you should be able to see on the screen. However, you do receive something called the token of the bot token, which you can link via this app, and that will link you via the API, which I'm utilizing, which I'm exposing, to connect from the server to your bot, which you've created on the Telegram side of things. So without much further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I've already, ahead of time, if I can get my monitor up, I think I'm on the wrong screen. Yes, so ahead of time, I have already linked my bot and I've given it a temporary name known as ColorBot. And as the name suggests, I'm going to demonstrate how the node system, you can augment a conversation via the node system that I'm designing here in order to create a sort of conversation between the AI and any user that's linked or that's connected to this bot via the chat on Telegram. So let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to actually go away from this screen and I'm going to bring to your attention the main canvas. So if I can just drag that from OBS up here. What happens when you then finish linking your bot is that via the tools menu, the main menu at the top, there was a main menu kind of like this at the previous screen, as you might be able to see, and it had a tools menu. And when you drop it down, you can bring up this next screen. What happens here? Well, when you add a node, what happens is that you are given a UI, which I'll present here. And via this UI, you can make some very simple property changes. So this is the first one, index at 0. I've already gone ahead and made 3 nodes. 1. And if I can find the other one, just have to operate OBS at the same time. So this is kind of a live demo. So do forgive some of the timing issues. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on here. Excuse me. So each node has an ID. So you have a node ID here, I have a node ID here, and I also have a node ID here. And the basic idea is that if I want to connect, say, this node to the second node via the chat responses on Telegram, all I have to do on the server side of things here is grab the node ID and copy paste it into the target node ID branch. Boom. So target node ID branch A is this, I'm not going to say all out, but it's like 563, so on and so forth. And what happens is the UI monitors this linking by coloring the box of the target node field to the entry ID of the targeted node. So I know that if I write any, depending on what the content of this node is, so let's just say, since we're talking about colors, red, no, let's change this up a little bit. I already experimented with red and blue, so let's just say green or orange. So what will happen on the Telegram side of things is that when the user first responds or interacts with this system, they'll be presented with the first content of this node, the content of this node, which is the first node, indexed at 0, and its content is green or orange. So the psychology here is that I want to get the user to write a discrete amount of information in the chat so that the system can linearly parse the information as simply as possible. Now, it goes into different layers of complexity when you're parsing things like grammar and, different words and stuff. But right now, I want to really make things as simple as possible, green or orange. So in this case, the first tag will be green and branch B will be orange. So what am I saying here? I'm basically saying I'm adding a tag called green, and mind you, my branch A is linked to root index, node index at 1. So what I want to do when I say orange, I want to, of course, go to the node index at 2. So I'm gonna actually get node 2, the ID of node 2. I'm gonna paste it here, and as you can see, I have here the UI corresponding to the backend right there. So what happens is when I'm presented with the question green or orange, if I say green, I'll be taken to node 1. And let's even put like a response, a bit of feedback, so that the user knows that what they've written has been parsed by the server. So I can say green is a great color. And then let's say back. And then also for orange, I can say orange is a lovely color, back. So now I'm suggesting to the user that if they write the word back as the response from this particular question, I shall be taken back to the beginning. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So here, I'm going to write back, and I'm going to grab the node ID of the first node, which is node 0, and I'm going to make that correspond with branch A. So now, as you can see, the target node of the second node for its branch A is the initial home node. As you can see, everything here is highlighted so you can see what's going on. Similarly, I'm going to do the same for the final node. So now this node is targeting the home node as well. That is, of course, if the user writes back. If it was any other word, as long as the tags match in the chat and also on the chat canvas, then everything should be fine. So now what I'm going to do, once you're happy with the script, it's a very simple case of parsing the script. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit parse script. And you can't see it, but there's a little pop-up that just says script parse complete. I'm just going to go ahead and click the OKs. Now, what I'll do is I'll go back to the manager. Let's test the server out. So the next thing to do is I'm going to go ahead and update the server, which is via an option on the actual main screen of the server, which is off screen at the moment, but you don't have to worry about that. I've gone ahead and done that. So now my server is actually online. So with the script parse that I programmed. So let's go ahead and test things. So initially, nothing is being said because the way I programmed it is that it's on response to user message, but it can be done so that the first message is done automatically, which is probably the most natural thing you want to do for the bot to initiate the conversation with the user. So I'll just firstly just write something like hi, just to trigger the first node. And as you can see, as I wrote on the script, green or orange appears. So what I'm going to do is write green. Yeah, I'll go straight for green. Why not? So green. And as you can see, just as I programmed in the node view, green is a great color. Back. I'm going to go ahead and write back. And then I'll click send. Okay, just looking at my OBS, it was a bit weird. But yeah, so green or orange, I'm going to go ahead and write orange. Orange is a lovely color, back. And I'll finally write back. And I'm back to where I started. Pretty handy, right? So without much further ado, let's get to the next part. Right, so now with that demonstration shown, just checking my OBS, just to let you guys know, that was a very simple demonstration of how this application works. It's done in .NET, and as I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier, there is a Python version of the Telegram API, but I chose to use the .NET version, which is, for me, much more smoother in development for PCs, particularly Microsoft desktop PCs. So this code base or this functionality, what I'm doing, if you've watched some of my a vid or two back, you would know that perhaps on my LinkedIn, I am offering my services as a freelancer. And this particular software I'm also offering as part of my service packaging. If you're interested in utilizing this particular code base, or say you have no programming experience at all, but you want this Telegram bot manager to, to utilize how you want to do, and you want its criteria and specifications according to what you want, then you can contact me on LinkedIn, and I'll be very happy to have a chat with you as to how you can get a hold of the Telegram bot manager template application, either in debug or release build, if depending on your needs and your wants. And on a freelance relationship, I'm very happy to customize the code base, to build and extend the code base based on what your specifications are. So there's a little bit more information about all of that stuff on my LinkedIn. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Once again, I am operating as a freelancer, and this software which I've demonstrated is one of a couple of other packages that I'm offering on my services page, which you can find more information on my portfolio as well as my LinkedIn. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And there's a couple other projects there you might be interested in obtaining. So without much further ado, let's go to the announcements. So announcements, I am also developing Windows 10 gaming experiences. I think I've uploaded one or two videos, just one, maybe two. No, I uploaded one, but I was developing another one, which I haven't uploaded yet. A Windows 10 ready game, a very simple number tile system. It's kind of like a grid puzzle format. I'm doing that. And again, I'm offering that service as a freelance if you're interested in having this technology as your own, and you can deploy it on the Windows 10 or keep it amongst yourself, or maybe share it amongst your friends, or however you want to, whatever you want to do with the software. I am operating it as a freelancer. Feel free to get in touch with me. All the information is in the description below. And there's more to come. There's more to come with the Telegram bot manager as I'm upgrading the template, as I'm utilizing more function, as I'm adding more functionality to the template. You're going to see some more updates on the channel as and when that occurs. So thanks for watching the video. All the relevant information below or in the title cards. And thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye bye.